In a world full of distractions, expectations, and relentless comparisons, there is one truth that must always echo within you. Never forget who you are. You were born with purpose. You were crafted with strength, resilience, and a uniqueness that no one else can replicate. Life will test you. Life will test you. People will doubt you. Circumstances will challenge you. But through it all, your core identity, your values, your beliefs, your dreams must remain your compass. As you chase your goals, never trade your authenticity for a... Don't allow failures to define your worth or successes to inflate your ego. The world may try to shape you into something you're not, but your true power lies in staying grounded in your truth. You are not your mistakes. You are not your past. You are the lessons you've learned, the love you've given, and the courage you show every time you rise again. In times of pressure, when everything seems to fall apart, pause and remind yourself, this is who I am. This is what I stand for. Remember, you don't have to please everyone. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be real, true to your spirit, your soul, and your story. The most dangerous thing you can ever do is forget who you are, because once that identity is lost, everything else becomes meaningless. Stand tall in who you are. Own your flaws, celebrate your strength, and walk your path with pride. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs you just as you are. Your identity is the foundation of your strength. It's not defined by society, fame, or failures. It's built from your values, your journey, and the fire inside you. When you truly know who you are, the noise of the world can't shake your spirit. Self-awareness protects you from being molded by every opinion that comes your way. There is no one else in the world like you. Your thoughts, your passions, your voice, they are entirely yours. When you embrace your uniqueness, you stop comparing and start appreciating your path. The world tries to put everyone in a box. But never forget, your value lies in your difference, not your similarity. In moments of pressure or success, it's easy to drift from what you believe. But your values are your compass. They guide your decisions, protect your integrity, and keep you aligned with your purpose. When you stay rooted in them, even the strongest storms can't throw you off course. Society will try to define you with labels: failure, success, too much, not enough. But those labels are not your truth. You are not what others call you. You are who you choose to be. Learn to silence the labels and listen to the voice inside that reminds you of your worth. Life isn't just about surviving, it's about living with meaning. Your purpose may evolve, but never let it fade. When things get hard, return to your why. Remember why you started, why you fight, and what legacy you want to leave. Your purpose fuels your passion and keeps you aligned with who you are. Don't trade authenticity for acceptance. Fitting in is tempting. We all want to be liked, appreciated, respected. But never sacrifice your truth for approval. The world may love a version of you that isn't real, but that love is shallow and temporary. True peace comes when you're accepted not for who you pretend to be, but for who you truly are. Learn from mistakes, but don't let them define you. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is what you learn, how you grow, and the strength you show after falling. Your past is a chapter, not your entire story. Don't carry shame. Carry lessons, don't carry guilt. Carry wisdom. You are allowed to evolve while still staying true to yourself. In the chaos of life, it's easy to drown out your inner voice. But that voice, the one rooted in truth, love, and courage, is your guide. Keep it strong. Feed it with reflection, honesty, and time. Because when you're connected to your soul, no outside storm can break your spirit. Would you like a YouTube title, description, timestamps, keywords, and hashtags as well? Your identity is not just your name, age, or where you come from. It's the deeper essence of who you are, your beliefs, values, passions, dreams, and scars. Knowing your identity means understanding what drives you, what you stand for, and what makes you feel alive. In today's world, where trends change daily and social media constantly pressures us to imitate others, it's easy to get lost trying to be what people expect instead of being who we truly are. When you don't know who you are, you become vulnerable to every voice around you. People's opinions, the pressure to conform, and fear of rejection start to shape your behavior, and over time you become a stranger to your own soul. But when you truly know yourself, your strengths and weaknesses, your passions and limits, you gain power. Power to say no when you need to. Power to walk away from what doesn't serve you. Power to stand firm in a room full of people going in a different direction. Knowing your identity also brings confidence. It allows you to walk with purpose, speak with conviction, and make decisions that align with your inner truth rather than popular opinion. You no longer chase validation because you're already rooted in who you are. And when challenges come, and they always do, it's your sense of self that keeps you steady. Your identity becomes your anchor when the winds of life try to shake your foundation. You are not a copy, a replica, or a carbon print of someone else. You are a one-of-a-kind creation. Every individual on this planet has a unique blend of personality, gifts, talents, perspectives, and life experiences. What makes you different is not something to hide or feel ashamed of, it's something to celebrate. Too often, people fall into the trap of comparison, measuring their lives, achievements, or appearances against others. But comparison is the thief of joy, and it blinds you to the beauty that already exists within you. Valuing your uniqueness means embracing your quirks, your passions, your story, and even your imperfections. It means recognizing that no one else sees the world exactly like you do, and that perspective matters. Your voice matters. Your voice matters. The way you think, the way you solve problems, the way you connect with others. Those are your signature traits, and no one else can replicate them. The world doesn't need more people trying to be someone they're not. It needs individuals who are proud of who they are and bold enough to live it out loud. When you start valuing what sets you apart, you begin to operate with confidence and authenticity. You stop hiding your truth to fit into molds created by society. Instead, you build your own space, walk your own path, and live by your own standards. Your uniqueness becomes your strength, your brand, and your contribution to the world. Because what you bring to the table, your energy, your creativity, your insights, can only come from you. Your values are the invisible compass that guide your life. They are the deep-rooted principles that define what matters most to you. Integrity, honesty, respect, loyalty, compassion, faith, courage, and so on. These values are not taught by the world. They are shaped by your experiences, your upbringing, your culture, and your conscience. When you live in alignment with your values, you feel balanced, authentic, and fulfilled. But when you betray them, even in small ways, it creates internal conflict, stress, and a sense of disconnection from yourself. In a world that often rewards shortcuts, compromises, and surface-level success, staying grounded in your values becomes an act of courage. There will be times when doing the right thing feels harder than doing the convenient thing. There will be moments when standing by your principles means standing alone. But your values are what preserve your integrity, and integrity is something that, once lost, takes a long time to rebuild. When you stay grounded in your values, you build trust, not just with others, but with yourself. You know that no matter the pressure or temptation, you have a moral code that keeps you steady. People may try to sway you, situations may challenge you, but your values act like your inner GPS, helping you make choices that align with who you are. They help you filter out distractions and stay true to your goals without losing your character. Being clear about your values also protects your mental and emotional well-being. You don't waste energy trying to be someone you're not or chasing things that don't align with your beliefs. Instead, you live with clarity, direction, and inner peace. Even in chaos, you remain centered because your foundation is not built on trends or external approval. It's rooted in your truth. From the moment we are born, society begins attaching labels to us based on our background, our appearance, our achievements, and even our mistakes. You may be called too quiet, too loud, not smart enough, too emotional, a failure, or a success. These labels, if left unchecked, begin to shape how we see ourselves and how we behave. But here's the truth. Labels are often small definitions created by others to fit their limited understanding of who you are. They don't capture your full identity, your complexity, or your potential. Resisting external labels means refusing to let the opinions and judgments of others box you in. It means recognizing that no one has the authority to define your worth, your identity, or your future. Just because someone calls you something doesn't make it true. Just because you were once seen a certain way doesn't mean you are bound to remain that way forever. You are not your job title, your bank balance, your GPA, or the worst thing you've ever done. You are so much more. When you internalize the wrong labels, you start living beneath your potential. You begin to act in ways that fit someone else's narrative, not your own truth. But when you resist those labels, you take back your power. You no longer live to satisfy other people's assumptions. You live to honor who you are becoming. Labels are limiting, but identity is expansive. You have the right to redefine yourself, to outgrow past versions of who you were, and to evolve without explanation. Resisting labels also means embracing the freedom to be complex. You can be strong and gentle, confident and vulnerable, ambitious and humble. You don't have to fit a single category to make others comfortable. You were never meant to be simplified into one-word descriptions. You are a dynamic, multi-layered human being with depth, growth, and infinite potential. Purpose is the invisible fuel that drives your life forward. It is the deeper reason behind your actions, the evai that gives meaning to your journey, and the force that keeps you moving even when things get difficult. Without purpose, life can feel like an endless routine, just going through the motions, reacting to circumstances, and chasing goals that don't truly satisfy you. But when you are clear about your purpose, everything changes. You begin to live with focus, direction, and intention. Every step you take, every decision you make becomes part of a bigger picture. Remembering your purpose is not about having a perfect plan for your life. It's about staying connected to what matters most to you, your mission, your passion, and your desire to make a meaningful impact. Whether your purpose is to help others, build something valuable, inspire change, or grow into your best self, it serves as your North Star. It helps you filter out distractions, say no to what doesn't align, and remain strong when obstacles arise. When the road gets tough, it's your sense of purpose that reminds you why you started and what you're working toward. Life will constantly try to pull you in different directions. But while it's important to take responsibility and grow from your experiences, it's equally important not to let those experiences become your identity. You are not defined by the wrong choices you made or the seasons of your life where you fell short. You are defined by your resilience, your ability to learn, and your willingness to rise. Carry the lessons, not the labels. Don't allow a chapter to become your entire story. The mistakes you made in the past do not have the power to limit your future unless you give them that power. Forgive yourself. Grant yourself the grace you would offer to someone you love. Use your past as a stepping stone, not a chain. Because as long as you are still breathing, you have the ability to change, to grow, and to write a new narrative. One built on strength, not shame, not shame. Amid the noise of the world, constant opinions, societal pressures, digital distractions, and endless comparisons, your inner voice can easily get drowned out. Yet that inner voice, your conscience, your intuition, your deeper wisdom, is one of the most important guides you'll ever have. It speaks in quiet nudges, gut feelings, and gentle reminders of who you truly are and what truly matters. Keeping that voice alive is essential for living a life of authenticity, purpose, and peace. Your inner voice isn't shaped by trends, peer pressure, or the desire to impress others. It comes from a deeper place, your values, your experiences, your spirituality, and your truth. When you're in touch with this voice, you feel grounded even in uncertainty. It's what tells you when something doesn't feel right, even when it looks perfect on paper. It's what pushes you to take a stand when silence would be easier. It's what whispers your dreams back to you when the world tries to convince you to settle for less. But like any flame, your inner voice needs attention and care to stay strong. If you constantly ignore it, doubt it, or suppress it to please others, it starts to fade. And when that happens, you begin to feel lost, unsure of yourself, and disconnected from your path. Reconnecting with your inner voice requires solitude, honesty, and reflection. It means taking time to be still, to journal your thoughts, to listen to your heart without external interference. It also means being brave enough to act on what you hear, even when it's difficult. That voice knows the real you. It knows your dreams, your limits, your desires, and your truth, even when you've forgotten them yourself. It doesn't shout, but it never lies. It encourages you to rise when you've fallen, to stay when it's right, and to walk away when something is wrong. It reminds you of your worth when the world questions it and brings you back to your center when everything around you is pulling you off course. Here is a suitable and powerful ending for your speech titled, Never Forget Who You Are. So as you continue walking through life with its chaos, its victories, its heartbreaks, and its tests, hold tightly to the truth of who you are. Don't let time, people, or circumstances make you forget your essence. You are not here by accident. You have value, you have purpose, and you have a voice that deserves to be heard. The world may try to shape you, break you, or make you doubt your worth, but you must rise above it all and stand firm in your identity, because when you truly know who you are, no one can ever take that away from you. And in remembering who you are, you will always find the strength to become everything you were born to be.